The letter trembled in my old hands before I even opened it. The golden seal on the envelope glistened proudly. The wedding of Daniel and Amelia. My son's name. My heart should have swelled with joy. But something in my gut twisted. I didn't get the invitation directly from Daniel. It arrived by post, with no note, no call, not even a message. Just this glossy card, as if I were a stranger being politely informed of an event, not a father whose love had raised the groom. Still, I smiled. He must be busy, I told myself. I pressed the card to my chest. My boy's getting married. But the smile faded 2 days later when I received another letter. This one hand-delivered by courier. It wasn't an invitation. It was a ban. Dear Mr. Harrison, after careful consideration, Daniel and Amelia have decided to keep the wedding intimate and private. We kindly request you do not attend. We appreciate your understanding. Sincerely, Amelia Weston. Not even signed by my son. I sat at my kitchen table for hours, staring at the note. My tea went cold. The walls of the small flat seemed to close in around me. Daniel was my only child. After his mother passed away 10 years ago, he was all I had left. I sold our family home to pay for his university education, even worked night shifts at the railway depot so he wouldn't have to worry about student loans. And now, I wasn't welcome at his wedding. 2 days later, I called him. He picked up after several rings, his voice cold, awkward. Dad, I was going to call you. I got a letter, I said, forcing my voice to stay calm, from Amelia. It says I shouldn't come to the wedding. There was silence. Then he sighed. It's complicated. What's complicated about a father being at his son's wedding? Amelia thinks it might be uncomfortable. She wants the ceremony to be elegant, and you— He hesitated. You don't really fit that image. For a moment, I couldn't speak. I don't fit the image? It's not personal, Dad. Amelia's family, they're from a different world. They have expectations, I laughed bitterly. Different world, indeed. The kind where fathers are thrown away like old shoes. He didn't respond. The line went quiet. Then I heard a faint whisper in the background. Amelia's voice. Just tell him it's final, Daniel. Then my son said softly, Please, Dad, don't make this harder. Just don't come. The call ended, and with it, something inside me broke. For the next week, I wandered the house like a ghost. Every corner held memories, Daniel's laughter, his first steps, his mother's smile. I had given them everything. And now I was too ordinary to be seen beside them. But when the wedding day came, something inside me refused to stay silent. The smell of burnt toast filled the kitchen that morning. I stood there, spatula in hand, wearing an old apron that read, World's Best Dad. Ironically, I didn't feel like the world's best anything. My son, Adam, and his wife, Clara, sat at the dining table scrolling through their phones, barely glancing at me as I served their breakfast. Dad, don't overcook the eggs again, Adam said without even looking up. Make sure the toast isn't too cold this time, Clara added, tapping away on her tablet. I bit back my irritation. They didn't even say good morning. It had been 3 months since I moved into their home. After my wife passed away, Adam insisted I come live with them for company. I'd thought it was a kind gesture until I realized I was basically their unpaid house help. Every morning, I cooked breakfast, watered the garden, did the laundry, and vacuumed the floors. At first, I didn't mind. I liked keeping busy. But soon, Clara started leaving me to-do lists stuck on the fridge. Clean the guest bathroom. Fold the laundry properly this time. Don't forget to polish the silverware. I was 70 years old, not her maid. The worst part? They were both climbing the corporate ladder at a tech company, always talking about networking, impressing the CEO, and getting noticed. Every dinner turned into a business meeting. One evening, Adam said excitedly, Dad, the CEO of our company, Mr. Caldwell, is coming for dinner this weekend. It's a huge deal. We can't mess this up. Clara added, Yes, everything must be perfect. Dad, can you handle the cooking and cleaning? You know, Stay out of the way when he arrives. Stay out of the way? That stung. They wanted me to serve and disappear in my own son's home. I gave a small nod, pretending not to care. But inside, something shifted. They had no idea who I really was, or who I used to be. You see, before retirement, I wasn't just an ordinary man. I had founded a small software company in my 40s, which I sold to a larger firm for a hefty profit. That firm? It later merged into Caldwell Technologies, the same company where Adam and Clara now worked. I'd been a silent investor in Caldwell's early days, and the CEO, Thomas Caldwell, had once been my junior partner. But Adam never cared about my old stories. He thought I spent my retirement gardening and reading newspapers. He never asked what I'd done before that. So, I decided to keep quiet and let life teach him a lesson. Daniel and I sat outside under the night sky, the stars reflecting in his tearful eyes. "I don't deserve your forgiveness," he said. I smiled faintly. "You're my son, Daniel." A father's love isn't something that can be disinvited. And as the night went on, I realized something powerful. Sometimes it takes being left out to finally find your place again. Because that day, I didn't just see my son get married. I watched him finally grow into the man I always knew he could be.